Cool to me means dope, interesting, intriguing, exciting, beautiful.
Cool for me is design. Cool for me is the art of air purification. Cool for me is LG making it cool for interior designers to have a wide variety.
Out of cool is dope. Out of cool in the sense of cooling the space is amazing.
It's more amazing for me in the purification of the air quality because you have family members who have all kinds of, allergies. So it's very key that we have, some kind of purification within the interior space.
Welcome to the Art of Cool, where style, design, and cooling intersect. We'll be taking a dive into the world of interior design and comfort. Ladies, I am excited to have you share your insights on style and functionality and how to integrate cooling systems seamlessly into the designs and create a space that reflects our personalities and lifestyle. So, cool has become a thing when it comes to design and style, as most people want a space that can be termed cool. Is that something you look forward to when you're hired to design a space?
Definitely. Two things you must look out for when you design a space: the functionality and the aesthetics. So when you talk about functionality, space has to be functional for the purpose for which you're designing it for, if it's a bedroom or a living area. Aesthetics has to do with the way it looks. That I can link to out of cool, which means the space has to be dope, interesting, intriguing, exciting, beautiful. Has to be somewhere, something that you look forward to every time you have to go into that space.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Do you have something to say about that, Julie?
Yeah, she said the two basic things, which is functionality and aesthetic. How beautiful is the space, but how well does it function, for the lifestyle of the people who are going to live within that interior.
I like that. How well does it function?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you use color and texture to add interest and depth to spaces you've designed? And what are some of the popular color and texture trends in modern interior design?
Color can be introduced into the interior space through so many areas, mainly through paint, the wallpapering, cladding.
Sorry, for the sake of those who don't know, what is cladding?
Cladding is cladding.
Cladding is where you cover up a certain surface, with a texturized finish.
Right.
It could be in wood, it could be in paper, it could be, any material at all, just to cover up a certain surface.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
See, we learn every day.
But in texture, you have to watch in how you bring in texture so that it's well balanced. Usually we have a term that's called feature wall, which is where you focus on a wall, and bring in a lot of textures, while the other walls are kind of silenced down, in the treatments that they get. So this one gets the prominent, attention as you walk into that interior space.
That is interesting.
Yeah. In terms of the things that are trending, trends come and go, but we find a lot of neutral color schemes being displayed in our interiors now because the heavier colors come in the furniture and the other accessories, that fill up the space.
That's interesting.
These days, people tend to move towards the earthy tones, the subtle colors. 90% of the homes we're designing now, the walls are painted in white. And the good thing about the white is that the white would absorb any other thing you bring on without making it look too busy. Also, white gives an illusion of space. So if you have a small space, you dare not go painting it black or brown because then it makes it look really, small. Yeah. So white gives that illusion of a big space. However, there's always a need to throw in a pop of color. So you can have your furniture pieces, the main furniture pieces, as maybe a beige or an off-white. But it will look nice if you throw in like a burnt orange, a teal blue, a green,
You know what you're saying makes so much sense because even when we're filming, we don't really like, if we have white walls, we break it with paintings. So that's the pop of color that you introduce what you're saying. Colors. That's interesting. Yeah. I like white walls as well. My house is painted white.
It just makes the work.
And what you've described right there, also how to add texture. Having a white wall and you're bringing in paintings.
You see, look at that. That's amazing.
You bring in painting, you bring your rugs, throw pillows. Yeah.
What are some of the popular furniture and accessory trends at the moment?
The most common one at the moment is the infusion of the media wall. Everyone wants to have a beautiful media wall. So gone are the days of just buying your TV and you just, hang it on the wall and you go your way. No. She mentioned something about creating focal walls, like a feature wall, a wall you're featuring your home. So these days, the most common, even people that have, like designed their homes, they've been living in their homes for years, they are calling on us, just come and change my media wall. And, that brings us back to that cladding phrase, where everyone wants to have some form of cladding panels on their media wall. So the wall is designed specifically for your TV. And of course, all your media stuff that would go with the TV. So that is very common now, and you can use all sort of different accessories to, beautify it and all of that. Okay, so another one is the infusion of beautiful accent chairs. So you don't get to see the basic anymore. In those days, basic accent chairs would just come like straight lines, just like this, it's just defined. But now you see some very funny looking accent chairs, and they just, by the time you throw in two into your space, it changes the narrative. It makes it look, it gives it that wow effect.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I think I've seen such designs somewhere of what it is you're describing. I think that's like funny legs, but very stylish.
Very contemporary, very stylish.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, the L-shaped seating, I think it's kind of slowing down now.
It is really slowing down.
Slowing down now because, it's quite restrictive, but that was a trend,
It was a trend. In fact, there was a time that if you enter my showroom, all that you see are just L-shaped sofas. Now I don't even have one.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because people keep, asking for new things, Once it stays for a while, it has to go. Something else will come in. And
then there was a time where people like to have like a proper full set where you have 2 units of 3-seater sofas and 2 singles. Now it's changing. You can just get a 3-seater. Some people even do 4 singles. So 2 singles are the same. The other 2 singles are completely different. And then the 3-seater is completely different. So it's exciting and, quite innovative.
So that's great. That's great. I like the sound of that. LG is all about innovation. Yes. So this just works very well. So the next question is, I like this one because I love lights. How do you creatively use lighting in interior design, and how can lighting impact the overall style and mood of a living space?
This is a great area for me because the interior space commands a lot of activities, and then when you're within that space, for we designers, we have to bring in things that work, and then for lighting makes the interior very interesting and can change it, depending on how you design that, the lighting for that space. And then there are lots of lighting that come in. You have your task lighting, which is what you need when you're doing a particular task, maybe reading or working on smaller things. You need a certain kind of light to come on, so that you can see the details of what you're doing. You have the ambient lighting, where you don't want the lights hitting your eyes, so that creates that relaxed mood, where you are, just relaxed watching TV or just, having a discussion, and then you have other kinds of lighting, ornamental lighting that come into the lampshades,
the chandeliers.
So lighting is one area that really, really gives that, magic to an interior space.
Talking about lighting, how the lighting can affect the mood of a space. So I remember a client of mine at some point, she was like, I want you to put LED lights in my bedroom, in the master bedroom. And she went on and on that, Funke, what's going on? You forgot? I said, no, we will do it, ma. And then she said, you've not even asked me why I've been going on and on about this mood light. And she said to me that I want the kind of mood light, the LED light that can be remote controlled. So I can change the color from red to blue to green. And I said, okay, ma, no problem. Like, okay, I got it. And she was like, you didn't ask me. I said, okay, ma, why? And she said, because when I turn it on red and my husband comes to the room, he knows that it's showtime.
All right.
I said, all right.
I like a woman
that's
that
a
knows.
new one.
Yes.
So talking about mood and the light effect, you can actually, link that to it.
Oh, I like that. I mean, I like a woman who knows what she wants.
Oh, yeah.
And who can control the lights.
Exactly.
Does technology enhance the style and functionality of a living space? And how do you incorporate technology into modern interior design?
Home automation, comes to play here, where more and more people are asking for, different devices in their homes to be automated. Their blinds, the AI, trend that is now here. People are asking to just have everything,
automated.
Yes, automated, So where they're giving commands, and things are just happening, So yes, technology is taking a very strong hold, in interior design.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, because one time we were trying to put blinds. I wanted it remote controlled.
Yeah, that's right.
I still wanted remote, it wasn't done.
Or even the music, even sound, so yeah.
People, if you like, maybe 60-70% of my client now, that's what they ask for. They want to be able to, from the comfort of their bed without getting up, press a remote control and your blinds can, pop open. From the comfort of your bed, you want to put on your TV, you want to listen to music or you want to listen to whatever it is, and you speak and it happens, so that's
because
automation.
you can talk to like Siri and all that.
Exactly, yes. In fact, it's gone way beyond Siri. Now there are different kinds.
Yeah.
You can
Alexa.
even, there's some that you program your voice. There's some that you program your voice. It's gone, there are all sorts, So if anyone speaks, it's not going to answer because your voice has been programmed into the system.
So it recognizes only your voice.
There was a project that I handled somewhere in Lekki. From the guy could actually like put on his air conditioners from wherever he is. Like he's on his way home. You know how you get home and your house is hot and you're waiting for the AC to cool? No. From where he is, just by pressing some buttons on his phone, the AC will be on. And then when he's coming back, when he's getting close to his gate, he can, open his gate from...
It's interesting you're talking about incorporating technology, because LG actually has an app called the ThinQ app. Yes, you can use that to control your air conditioners in the home.
Really?
Yes, from any part of the house, you are.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. That's interesting.
Really interesting.
I know, right?
The trend now is that most homes, have CCTV cameras installed where they want to, be able to access, their homes remotely. So wherever they are in the world, they have access, and they're able to also see and program things within the home, or even outside of their home. So that's another part,
that's very important.
Playing,
because I've noticed that more and more people are installing CCTV cameras, and I really recommend that, because when you're working, you want to know what is happening in your home, especially if you have children. So that's great. That's great. Okay, so what are some of the creative ways to incorporate air conditioning units into the design of a space without compromising style or functionality?
Okay, I like the fact that we're talking about the air conditioners. And I really hope that some builders will get to, watch this and know the challenges that we face. Now, most times when, homes are built or houses are built, people just take that wall that is meant to be your headboard wall. That is where they will position the air conditioner. So when I'm working on projects where I have the power to, call the shots, buy my air conditioners and all of that, I just generally go for the standing unit, the package units, because then you can tuck it in at one corner. When it's a house that is already finished, and most homes now, when they're selling them, they come already with the air conditioners installed. This is a cry for help
to the builders.
To the builders.
Yes.
Always identify the media wall and the headboard wall. And of course, they are like opposite walls. So if this is my headboard wall, definitely my media wall should be this. Sometimes you have the headboard wall here and your media wall is on this side. So they expect that you're on your bed and you're like this watching. So most times when we get to a site, we first have to like deal with that, recreate. In some cases, we're not able to. And so when you're not able to, you are then forced to deal with it. So that means if the owner of the space wants you to have, that really nice high headboard wall that give you the 5-star feel, you definitely can't achieve that because there's one split unit already standing in the middle of the space, and that has just killed the design. So I think that if all of these things are taken into consideration when the houses are being built, it will make the work a lot, easier. But in cases where I'm not able to, then we just have to work around it. But it's always better if those things can be identified. Another one is when you have the air conditioners placed on top of windows. Don't, because when you're doing your curtains, your drapes, it should come from the ceiling all the way down. And then you see people place air conditioners on top of the window. So it's always a problem. So most times we're looking for, so when I'm not able to, and the client is insisting, I just go for the package unit. I just, what we have to do, we have to condemn this and then go for the package unit, because the package unit, which is the standing ACs, you can, put them anywhere. And LG has some very fancy ones that, they look nice and add to the beauty of the space.
Designs,
So builders, take notes. Please take notes of what she's complained about to make the work easier for them.
Exactly.
Do you have something to add, Julia?
In terms of their use within the interior space, sometimes, due to budget, you have certain ACs that don't really flow with the color scheme of the interior, That's where cladding comes in again, where you have some kind of grills, custom made to just, hide them away, And then in most modern interiors in the Western world, you have extensive, cabling and, piping, where the ACs are not shown at all, they're all just, cooling out through vents.
Yeah, but that's expensive.
That's
it's
expensive.
not cheap.
That's expensive.
And then there's something you mentioned about LG and some of the pieces that they have. They really do. There's a new one they have.
That's the mirror, the one with the mirror finish.
The dual cool, that's the one.
That's the one
there.
Okay.
You see, what I like about it, it's functional, but it's decorative.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
And it's futuristic as well.
Yes.
It's just really nice.
Art Cool is another very cool one, very dope one.
I like that. Cool and dope. What?
Because it comes in like a mirror finish. And mirrors have a way of beautifying your space anytime, any day. So having something, it's your air conditioner, it's cooling your space, it's functional, it's working. At the same time, it's adding spice to your space. I think it's just so beautiful. And I think it would be nice because that one comes in like silver mirror. It would be nice to have it in like gold or rose gold. That would be so
you have options.
Yeah,
exactly. That's actually
because gold has a way of, just popping up your space, and a lot of people like gold in this part of the world. So I think if you have that art coal in gold and then in rose gold, for the people that don't really like the yellow gold, have it in rose gold.
Oh, that's
It'll
amazing.
be too dope.
LG, it will be dope, and I know that you'll do it. So let me ask, would you, split or standing unit?
Because the standing units are more expensive, sometimes clients don't tend to want to buy those. But the standing units, which is the package units, they are a lot better because it's not in your face, it's not in your way, it's standing at a corner, and it's doing the work. And it does the work even more effectively than the split one, especially if your space is big. Yeah, the standing will definitely work better, but of course it depends on people's budget.
Okay. How about you, Julia?
I love the splits because I love my floors free.
Okay, that's
I love to hang anything as much as I can in my design, so the floors are free. What it does to you when you come into a space, into an interior space, that you see clean lines, and you feel, you have a better illusion of space. So I love my floors clean. But like she explained, in scenarios where you can't have them, hung on the wall, I do standing as well. It could be because the cabling or the piping has been stationed in a particular area and you can't move it. They don't want you breaking walls, so you will do standing. Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. Well, I'm still learning a lot. What are some affordable and easy ways to update the interior design of a modern home? And how can these changes impact the overall style and mood of a living space?
Paint work definitely
wall treatment.
Wall treatments, paper, wallpapering, can change an interior space. Another area that is inexpensive is accessories.
Yeah.
If you change the accessories, your throw pillows, your lampshades, you know,
Flower
paintings on the wall, your flower vases, you know, that could turn that interior around. You know, so those are the inexpensive ways. The very expensive ones, when you not start talking about furniture or, you know, other expensive appliances.
Window treatment is also another inexpensive way.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to break a bank before you can have beautiful drapes on your windows. You don't have to. There are times that when I'm working on like a very tight budget, there are fabrics that you would use. They are not extremely, you know, overboard. They are not expensive, but they are plain, they are subtle, and it will just change the ambience of your space.
That's interior.
You know, so if you go into a space and you see like really heavy curtains, you know, heavy patterns, you know, you have so much going on, and the place is looking like old, dirty, taking out those blinds and replacing them with something that is not so expensive, but plain and subtle in a color that will, of course, flow with what you already have in existence, will just change the ambience. Of course, like she said, you can't downplay the wall treatment, which has to go with your paint work, change the color, and change the color to white, off-white, beige, not green, not blue, purple. Not purple.
Oh my goodness, this is so interesting. Thank you so much, ladies, for your wonderful insights. I'm sure the viewers, they've learned a thing or two. I've learned a thing or two. In fact, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, so this was very insightful. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
That is why you are who you are. That is why you are top of the act interior designers. So thank you for gracing us with your presence. We really appreciate having you.
Thank you.
LG and I says thank you and we
you.
love you.
Thank you, LG.
Thank you, Rita.
LG #1.